Far Cry New Dawn is known for being one of the worst rated game in the Far Cry series. So I wanted to see if it's really that bad. To find out, I'm going to platinum the game, which means I'll have to experience everything it has to offer. Collect every collectibles, unlock every perk, kill enemy in a specific way for trophies, and worst of all, earn the online trophies, which requires a co-op partner, and I don't have any friends. I'm starting this playthrough with 13 trophies because I played the game a little when I first bought my PS5. Anyway, the game starts many years after Joseph Seed drops the nuke on Hope County. Things are better now, but not exactly good because these twins, the bad guys, have taken over the place. We arrive to help the people, but our train crashes. We try to escape, only to end up getting captured. The twin kills one of our people, and Thomas Rush sacrifices himself by pushing us into the water to save us. We were saved by Carmina, who takes us to a nearby shelter, where we loot some supplies, craft the saw launcher, and take out a few enemies with this overpowered weapon. After that, we finally make it to Prosperity, their main base. Here I make my character, which looks like Micah from RDR2, right? Here they explain the basic mechanic of the game, like capturing outposts and recruiting people, just like in any other Far Cry game. Our next mission is to rescue Thomas Rush, who's being held captive in a coal mine. I make my way there and take out the enemies with ease, no struggle at all. I eventually reach Thomas, only to find out he doesn't really need our help. He's an independent man. We break out of the mine, firing off waves of enemies along the way, and make it back to Prosperity. Now let me tell you the game plan. First, I'm going to liberate as many outposts as I can. That will give me a ton of ethanol, which I can use to upgrade the workshops. Getting higher tier weapon early on will make the rest of the game much easier. I liberated my first outpost, which rewarded me with 100 ethanol. You can also replay outposts, but their difficulty increase up to 3 stars, which can be pretty tough. After that, I upgraded my workbench to level 1, which isn't much, but it's a start. To upgrade it any further, I first need to upgrade Prosperity. To do that, I have to rescue Specialist and upgrade the other facilities around the base. Next, I upgraded the Expedition facility, which is important because it unlocks extraction mission that will reward you with a tons of loot. Next, I go to recruit our first specialist, Beans, who created Wiki Beans. To be honest, I have no idea what that is. Apparently, he gave the assets to a guy who ended up gambling them away. So we chase him down, and don't gamble guys, or you might end up like him. Anyway, we recover the assets, return them to Beans, and completed the mission. Our next mission is this scientist girl whose drug bag got stuck inside here. We try to jump onto it, but that doesn't work. So we turn the water on and have to escape the area before we drown. After that, we retrieve her supplies and return them to her. And finally, we can upgrade Prosperity to level 2. After that, we get a cutscene where everyone is celebrating. But it doesn't last long because the twins interrupt the party and make it clear that they want us gone for good. I also upgraded my workbench to level 2, which means I can now craft level 3 weapons. I complete a few expeditions and use the loot to craft some really good weapons. Then I head out to liberate a level 3 outpost, and after taking down an elite enemy, I finally unlock my 14th trophy. I unlock my next trophy after taking down an enforcer with a headshot using piercing bullet. Then I also unlock another trophy after talking to 10 people who give side activity. This is also the only missable trophy in the game. After that, I go to recruit our next specialist, this blind woman whose weapon was stolen. Our job is simple, to track it down and bring it back to her. To be honest, these specialist missions are pretty short and straightforward. Next up is this granny who's a sniper. She decided to test her skills to see if we are worthy of recruiting her. Our next specialist is none other than Nick from Far Cry 5. It's good to see he's still alive. We also unlock a trophy after he reunites with his family. I unlock my next trophy after delivering an ethanol tanker to an outpost. I had to be really careful because the enemies can shoot the truck, and if it explodes, boom, mission failed. But thankfully, I managed to pull it off. And after recruiting this guy who asked us to help defend his factory, we finally upgrade Prosperity to level 3. But before I can do that, I have to defend Prosperity from the twins' attack. This fight is pretty easy because the enemies are only level 1, while I have level 3 weapon and I'm playing on the easiest difficulty. We successfully defended the Prosperity, but we lose a lot of people in the process. And after that, Thomas tells us we need to team up with the people of Eden, aka Joseph Seed's people. I upgrade prosperity, then upgrade the workbench and unlock our next trophy for crafting a legendary weapon. My next trophy is for knocking an enemy's head off with a melee weapon. I make my way to Eden's compound and obviously they don't let me in. Then we start seeing visions of Joseph Seed who's pointing us towards something. So we follow the path and suddenly things start getting pretty creepy. Here we have to align 3 symbols to unlock a hidden passage where we eventually find Joseph Seed's book. We show them the book and they finally let us in. That's when we met Joseph Seed's son, who's jealous of us because we managed to find the book before he did. After that, we head north to look for Joseph Seed himself, and sure enough, he's alive and well. He gave us an apple and after eating it, we end up going toe-to-toe with a bear. After bringing him back to the camp, they finally agree to work with us and we unlock our next trophy. To unlock all the perks, you need perk points obviously. So I rescue civilians, kill enemies using different weapons and complete a few treasure hunt missions, which also earns me my next trophy. There's also a trophy for liberating an outpost without being detected, and after pulling that off, I unlock another trophy. Buying the same perk more than once unlocks another trophy. Meanwhile, I continue liberating outposts, which gives me enough ethanol to fully upgrade every facility. Maxing them all out unlocks our next trophy. After lockpicking 5 safes, I unlock another trophy. Pretty easy trophies, man. Unlocking every perk earns me my next trophy. My next trophy is for surviving a fall using the Leap of Faith perk, which is actually pretty easy to do. Now, the next trophy was a little challenging. I had to finish off an enforcer with a bayonet, basically using the gun's melee attack. This was surprisingly difficult because either the enforcer died too quick or the bayonet execution animation just wouldn't trigger. Thankfully, while I was working on the other trophies, I ended up liberating a bunch of rank 3 outposts. That worked out perfectly because there's also a trophy for liberating every outpost in the game. Then I decided to recruit the remaining specialists. One of them is this guy Herc, who has us drive his machine gun car. We blast our way through everything, which feels pretty satisfying until the car decides to break down. Next, we rescue Father Jerome from Far Cry 5. He asks us to rescue a few people, which turns out to be a pretty easy mission, just like every other missions. Next up is this dog, who we literally rescue from a dog eaters. After that, I unlock another trophy by riding a 3-seater bike for 5 minutes with the dog sitting in the sidecar. The second to last specialist is this big hog, and we also unlock a trophy after rescuing it. For our next trophy, I need to kill an enemy from 100 meters away with a bow. The easiest way to do it is to first mark the enemy, then just pray one of your arrows actually hit it. If it does, you will unlock the trophy. My next trophy is for performing a takedown using the Leap of Faith perk. Luckily, it was really easy to pull off. My next trophy is for killing 10 enemies during a single activation of the Wrath ability. This one was kind of challenging because you only have a short amount of time before the ability runs out, but I managed to pull it off. Our next mission is to rescue Rush. We hear over the radio that the twins have captured him, so we make our way there. Once we arrive, they force us to run around, disable a few traps, rescuing some people, and even handcuff ourselves. Yeah, some pretty messed up stuff. But in the end, they kill Russ anyway. After that, our powers finally kicks in. We beat the twins, get shot in the process, and later hold a small funeral for Rush. The next trophy I unlock is for using a smoke grenade 3 times. And don't mind my aim, the next trophy I unlock is for recruiting the last specialist. After performing 25 takedowns using any type of takedown attacks, I unlock another trophy. My next trophy is for killing 10 brawlers, these sealed enemies, with the saw launcher. Thankfully, this one is pretty easy. My next trophy, good job Cap, is for killing 5 enemies by throwing a shield. It's really easy. Just go to this location, kill 1 enemy, take his shield, then destroy others enemy's shield. After that, keep throwing the shield until you killed 5 enemies to unlock the trophy. After messaging tons of people looking for co-op help, I finally found one player willing to help me unlock the Have Buddy Will Travel trophy, where all we had to do was complete 3 expeditions in co-op. After so many attempts at blowing myself up and launching this plane into the air, I finally pulled it off and unlocked the trophy. Jumping into our next mission, this guy leads us to a race arena where we have to win a death race to finally come face to face with the twins. But then we find out that Ethan has betrayed Eden and sided with the twins. They are already on their way to burn down Eden Eden's compound. So we kill some of the twins people in slow motion and run back to Eden, only to find everything in flames. Here we finally fight the twins. It's actually a pretty easy boss fight. Just use piercing bullet and they will go down quickly. After defeating them, I unlock my next trophy. Next, we have to stop Ethan, who eats the apple and turns into this giant Bigfoot looking monster. After we defeat him, Joseph Seed asks us to kill him as well and finally put an end to the cycle. And just like that, Hope County is finally free from both the Seeds and the twins. We celebrate with Carmina, sharing a drink together and unlock another trophy. Then I jump back into Expedition, and after completing 7 rank 3 expeditions, I unlock my next trophy. For our next trophy, we need to skin every type of animals in the game, so I keep hunting down the ones I'm missing. To get a cow skin, I have to jump into an expedition because that's the only place cows spawn. Just make sure you complete the expedition afterward or the skin won't count towards the trophy or the inventory. Then I take a break from hunting animals and start fishing instead. After catching every type of fish in the game, I unlock my another trophy. Now back to skinning animals, and the last one I need is a shark skin. Once I got it, I unlock my next trophy, Master Skinner. Then I jump back into expedition one last time to get the Sam Fisher outfit, which also earns me another trophy. For my next trophy, I need to align a few pictures in their correct location. It's pretty easy, just follow a YouTube guide and you will find all the location in no time. And last but not least, collecting all the music players unlocks another trophy. And with that, the platinum trophy is finally yours. That's another platinum added to the profile. Let's go. Now let me give you my thoughts on the game. I really enjoyed it, not because of the story but because of the world. Obviously it's built on the same map as Far Cry 5, and that's a huge plus for me since Far Cry 5 is my favorite game in the series. The story on the other hand is pretty poorly written, and having to unlock basic Far Cry mechanics like the camera and takedowns through perks, I honestly didn't know who thought locking those behind a skill tree was a good idea. Other than that, pretty much everything I like about this game is because it's made in the image of Far Cry 5. See what I did there?